Hey, welcome back to Second Run Gaming. I'm Austin, and we are here with Massive Chalice. Last episode we left off in the middle of a battle. We've done pretty well so far. I don't even know if any of our people have really taken too much damage aside from those seeds hitting Tragan a little bit. But yeah, we've taken out a cradle already with all their seeds. We've taken out a wrinkler over here. Some lapses blew up in this general direction. About 7 or 8 enemies if you count the little seed boys. So I think we're probably about halfway through this battle. And we're going to keep going, or having our caberjacks kind of lead the charge just because they're a little bit stronger. But I'm definitely trying to be pretty conservative. Yep. With our choices here, because we don't have a lot of units back home. So even though I'm really confident in the vanguard that we have, if we wipe, for example, in this mission, we can end up being in some hot shit really quick as far as keeping our house lines with enough people to not go basically extinct in the next 50 years. I have played Massive Chalice a couple times. I've beaten it once. I've gotten to the end twice, but I lost the other time. And I have played it a third time. I tried to play it on brutal difficulty. I might have played it on a fourth as well. I can't quite remember. But one of the main things that I remember being pretty universal in all of the playthroughs, and will likely be a thing in this one, is that the mid-game, year 100 to 200, presents this unique kind of problem to where you're not in too much danger. It's not the enemies. They're not super hard necessarily, but it's mostly that city sim management of keeping your regencies and your house lines well stocked with people enough that they don't go extinct. I know my first playthrough I lost a whole royal bloodline like around the year 175 or something, and that ultimately cost me the game in the end. So I don't want that to happen. Right now we just have one wrinkler over here, but I'm going to try and dispatch this wrinkler before, hopefully, we trigger any other enemies. Yikes. Which I hoped was going to be something that our non-melee units could work on, but it's looking like Sidara is going to have to run up there. Thankfully she did enough damage though, and it didn't actually reveal anybody else, so I am pretty happy with that. I'm going to move Tragan up here then, since it's more likely we'll have enemies on this left side of the screen. And then I'm going to keep Charlotte where she is, just because I don't want to accidentally trigger something else. And perfect, there was a lapse behind there, so they're hiding behind there still. We'll move Anders up. Pretty much just move everybody up so they're not, you know, in this kind of weird natural barrier section that was kind of splitting up my team a little bit. I am going to move Charlotte out just a little bit. Okay, there's a cradle over there, and it is spotted. I'm going to move her actually up into cover, I think, because that is still out of sight from the cradle and gives us a better view at those lapses. Could mean that she could lose some experience, unfortunately, because I don't think, yeah, Anders can't see her. Yeah, nobody else can, so I'm gonna move Sidara up, so at least we can take out one of the two lapses. And then it's, oh man, that was perfect. So that lapse exploded, stunned this other one. A third lapse has been revealed, so we will have to deal with that one. But it's just the one, thankfully. I'm gonna move Anders up here just to keep a even playing field as far as what the lapse is going to try and drain experience wise, because Sidara did just get her nickname, so if she can not be the, you know, focus of the attack, that might be nice, because I don't know if that experience, you know, changes whether or not you have a nickname, but if it does, I'd really rather not lose that. Nothing actually happened, which is literally best case scenario. So shit, I don't know what to do here. Tragan's got a free throw, but we're by a bunch of stuff and things and people. So I'm going to move Tragan all the way up here. His melee doesn't really do too much, and again, he has that free throw. I'm just worried it's going to go back and over here. So I'm going to throw it way up here. Fingers crossed. Okay, good. Because that did take the cradle down about half health. And then I'm going to move him up. Am I? 12 to 18. We're going to leave him there and see what our other units can maybe kind of pull off. Okay. And then if Anders can just shoot for the cradle, or better yet, if Anders can shoot for the laps, that might be a good move. I'm going to move Anders here. And if we can see the laps, great. And we'll try and take him out. Awesome. And that did get a level up for Anders too. Wonderful. Already level 4, and I think this is what, his second battle, so that's really nice. Okay, Tragan now can't actually do too much, but I'm gonna Hail Mary it with his last flask, and that missed, so great. Alright, I think between Sidara and Charlotte we could probably take this cradle out. We'll see if that's possible. And then we'll just have the little seeds to deal with. I think we did see another cradle hanging around somewhere, but I don't see him now. So we'll probably have to fight that next. But it's nice we don't have to face with 2 cradles. Oh, it's a wrinkler. Ooh, that's much worse. Fuck. Please don't die. Okay. Oh. It was kind of the worst person for that to happen to, but in some ways it was kind of okay because she is the oldest, so this was already probably going to be her last battle. And if she dies in battle, that's okay too. She's already going to get a relic, but I would love to not lose her if we don't have to. Since the Wrinkler's here, that takes precedent over everything else, including the seeds. So we're going to move everybody just kind of in Wrinkler Central. Hopefully we can get him out. I'll see if this flash shot... Actually, this is perfect, because this flash shot, if it hits, it'll take out all the seeds, and it'll hurt the Wrinkler in the process. And we missed. Wonderful. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted out of that. Well, we'll see if with Sharon we can do the same thing. It's a better percent chance. Wonderful. And we can use the knockback, thankfully, I think, with one of these caber jacks to make sure that that Wrinkler is stunned. So I'm actually going to move Tragan up to deal with this cradle and start to whittle him down. Wow. Terrible. So Charlotte can do some damage, but Sidara honestly has a way better ratio. I'm going to move her behind the rock just so that the cradle can't see her. And we're going to try and do a decent amount of damage. Hell yeah. I'm a little worried about this 72%, but it's a 72% either way. So we're going to try and make it a standard attack just so that if it works, the Wrinkler's dead for good. Hell yeah. And that got Charlotte up to level 6, which is awesome. The Wrinkler's gone. They're kind of hidden behind that rock face. Cradle's just going to make a seed anyway. I'm actually going to have Tragan try and deal with that seed. Awesome, so we can have the caber jacks focus on the cradle if the hunters can't take him down completely. Oh god, Anders, you are just frustrating. You're very frustrating, bud. I mean, Sharon has some of the same problems, but she's not drunk in this battle, and so she's kind of got that going for her. And Sidara, get the bulk of the rest of his health, and then if Charlotte can make it, we'll just bring her in for the kill, we'll deal with the seeds that pop out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, these will be the last little enemies. I could see maybe one more wrinkler or a couple lapses maybe hiding around. So that could happen. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully this is going to be it. Okay. Still want to get these Leos some experience if I can, since we did get nicknames for both the Raidens, so they're pretty set. There's also 4 seeds. No, there's 3 seeds, so both of the Leos should have a shot at getting a kill here. Nice. Not really the time that we need a critical, Anders, but I respect that you at least got a critical at some point. I wasn't really expecting too much from Tragan. He's had a really tough lot in life, so anything that he can do, I'm happy with.
Okay, I was worried for a little bit, but...
So, weirdly enough, Sharon got the most kills, but that's also because she got those 3 seeds at once in that flask shot. But yeah, we did pretty good there. That one took a little bit longer just because we played it safe, but I'm happy that we did. Yeah, everybody did good. Got a couple level ups. I'm gonna do extra item slots for Anders, and I assume Sharon as well. Put it down as good because you deal and decrease damage to enemies with less than half health, but the extra item slot, I feel like we're going to be researching more items soon. But right now we even have those 2 items that are increasing max HP and the health vial, so I would like more of our units to be able to utilize that. And then Charlotte, she's probably not going to fight again, but if she does, we've got 2 options. We've got Logjam. So slam the caber into the ground to damage all nearby characters, friend and foe, or prime target. Taunt all visible enemies to attack this hero and give a temporary armor boost. Both are pretty good. This is nice because, like it says, it basically makes them, taunt. But Logjam is pretty cool too because it's essentially like a big area of effect thing, so she can run in and take out a bunch of seeds, kind of like a flask shot. I'm going to go with Logjam for her, but I don't think that we're going to use it because, again, she's 61 now because of that wrinkler hit. She was 56, and I can't imagine we're going to have another battle within the next 10 years, so unless she makes it to like 75, this is probably Charlotte's swan song. Awesome. So a corruption has been gotten rid of. Over in the marshes, we got Dragos Moldovanu. Fancy. Which is awesome, just so we have another person in our roster. It's 28. Strong. Pessimistic, which I actually like. Avenger and Lone Wolf. These are all great traits. Honestly, if I hadn't already picked... Well, and we wanted a hunter for the keep. But either way, he's a good one to have. We'll definitely find a use for him somewhere. We have another option for researching the experience scarf. So lapses often leave behind a trail of memory fibers. If these strands were woven into a scarf, our heroes could gain experience at an increased rate. See, this is exactly why I kind of want our people to have those 2 slots, because that's something that I think would be amazing to have. Getting more experience at a faster rate is wonderful. We might honestly research that before the Ultra Elixir. We'll see. Because we haven't had to use the healing potions too much in battle yet. And we're almost done with our research of getting that adoption. And we're going to send her over to the Raidens, because, yep, they still don't have anybody in there. And they need somebody really bad. So now we have Koinen, because we've got Jason Raiden, and then I believe, aside from Jason, oh, I could have looked right there, because we have to pick research too. But yeah, if we go into our heroes and switch it over to house, we've got 4 Leos, which is terrifying in and of itself. We've got a bunch of Marquans, thankfully, but they're not the ones I want. And we've got 4 Raidens. So Leos and Raidens both are really in trouble. So I'm going to check the Liu household. We do have 3 units in training, which makes me feel definitely better about them. But we don't have any on the Raiden line. I think that for my peace of mind, I'm gonna adopt one more little tyke and just give it to the house that needs it the most, whether it's the Houghtonist house, because they still only have one, but they do have young regents, or if it's the Raidens, or even potentially the Lius. We gotta get some more peeps in our keeps.
Dying with all that comfort around you. I could never be a regent.
I doubt anything can make death comfortable.
Speaking of which, Rusty has passed away. So we've got a couple Lius to choose from. A lot of them are really young. And the rest of them are in our vanguard, because we've got Sharon and Anders in here. And then we have David, but he's older. He's 54. But again, there's really nothing. I'm hoping, because Anders and Sharon are already, they're almost 30. Neither of them have great traits. I don't really necessarily want them to be a regent, and they're both in the vanguard. If we had to pick somebody, it would be Sharon. But I'm hoping that if we maybe make David just the regent for right now, Bob or Keeson or Charles will be of age by the time that David passes away. And he does have the Hawkeye trait, and he's quick. I would much rather have those be passed on than the slow trait that Sharon and Anders have, because that is really a problem. So we can pair him with somebody. So Alania is strong and intelligent, not as hardy on the HP though, but has good evasion. They are a reveler. And then nearsighted is pretty bad for a hunter, so I don't want it to be Gertie. So that kind of makes up the decision for us. It's going to be Alania. And we'll see if we can't get maybe a couple kids out of that regency before we switch it on to one of the younger Liu line. Okay, so nothing has really happened since we got that baby boy. Even though we've only got one in this household, since they're so young, I really feel like I'm gonna throw it over to the Raidens, because they've just only got the one person in training there. Just kind of bolster up their ranks just a little bit. Bail on. It's a weird name, but they've got good. Both of these have good traits, so I'm happy about that. Because yeah, it doesn't seem like there's too many kids coming out outside of that. Our regent there is probably going to pass away soon, if we're being honest. And I definitely think that we should get some advanced stuff going relatively soon, but I feel like the next best thing to do, heroes wouldn't be a bad move, but we kind of just did that. So I'm gonna go for the experience scarf, since we know that we have 2 people in our current vanguard that might be able to use it. Actually, they'll be 40 by then, so this is tough. Yeah, I think we'll go for the experience scarf now. See if we can't get that, probably not used in the next battle, but the battle after that, for anybody who has enough slots to carry 2 things. And hopefully too, once we, keep training up our people, more of our units will be at that level 4 starting point, which is when you can start to have those slots already, out the gate. So Robin of the Sage Rights Guild has died. Now I think we're only down to 1 person, and it's Luciola. She's pretty old at this point. So I think we kind of have to bite the bullet and throw at least 1 more person in there. But I want to be careful about who it's going to be. Oof, I think still right now, just with the way things are, I'm going to hold off. Once Luciola passes away, we'll definitely put at least 1 person in there. But until then, we're still, you know, just at a really precarious spot with our people. And Adrian, that's the one person I was thinking about maybe putting in there, so I'm glad I didn't. So we've still just got 2 people in the Raiden household. Nobody in the Lius. David is just a little bit too elderly, but that's okay. 1 in the Marquans. Meek is 72. Crazy. And 2 people in the Houtness lines. Feeling like we're going to have a switchover of some regions really soon here. Hopefully that can help stuff, because I'm seeing a lot of death pop up and not a lot of life. Betty Marquand has passed away as well. And there's another battle. Whoa, Crucible attack. The Cadence has breached our defenses and attempting to overthrow the Crucible. Deploy your heroes to defend it. So our reward for defending it is the satisfaction of a job well done. Great. I kind of love these battles in particular. They're a lot harder in my experience, but you have to defend the building. So this is actually defending the Crucible itself. I've never had to defend the Crucible, but I have had to defend a keep once. I've had to do it twice for 2 different playthroughs, and one time I saved it, the other time I lost the keep. The keep doesn't get destroyed or anything, but everybody in there, including the regents, die, and my whole group wiped, so it was pretty devastating. But I really like them just because it's a different switch, it's a different switch up. We'll see once we get in there, but it's cool. It's a different type of map. We have to actually protect something. Usually that means we'll have our trainer, our Crucible guy, our standard, to fight with us, which is pretty nice. And God, I mean, I fucking jinxed it, but Charlotte, at the age of 72, is actually old enough to... She's still kicking it. She's still ready to go. So we don't have to switch up our people at all. And we're looking pretty sitting pretty good on the Vanguard side, because we've got 2 relics from different houses. And I'm almost positive we're going to get 2 more relics for the Raiden line from these 2. So as long as we can keep our houses moving, that'll be okay. Now the only risk here is we do have wrinklers. And so Charlotte, if she gets hit even once, she's probably gone. So I'm going to have to pay close attention to that going into this. But at this point, like I said, I'm surprised she's even fighting this battle. So if this is how she goes out, it's how she goes out. Hopefully not, but we'll make it work.
There's a stillness to the air right before battle, like the world is taking a deep breath.
Now knock the
Oh,
wind out of it.
fuck. Already, huh? Okay. Well, I'm going to move Tragan immediately up here, just because, unfortunately, his accuracy is so poor that I feel like if he's not really close, I don't trust him to make the shot. That's awesome. That almost took out that bulwark, which is ridiculous. But he's going to use up his flasks just right out the gate. I don't see why not at this point. Sweet. He leveled up. The Wrinkler's gone. It's my main worry. The bulwarks are definitely not good, but in comparison to Wrinklers who do damage and put age, it's not even comparable how dangerous those guys are. Okay, Sidara and Charlotte can't actually reach far enough to really do anything. So it's going to be up to Anders and Sharon to do the damage here, which means they're not really going to be able to take either of these out. But that's okay. Man, Anders is drunk again. Come on, buddy. 17 to 23, 15 to 20. We'll definitely do the standard shot. It just seems to make more sense. And 17 to 20, 100% chance, which is pretty nice. And then again, yeah, like Charlotte can't do anything. Unfortunately, I guess I could have moved them to do a charge. But now actually we've got guys in the way, which is not ideal. Huh. Tough. Well, I'm gonna move Charlotte here. See if she can't charge this bulwark and stun him. Awesome. And so since that worked, I'm actually gonna move Anders out of the way. So since he's already drunk anyway. And I'm gonna bring Sidara up here and have her do the same thing to this guy. I guess in theory I should have shot him with the arrow first and then done that, but that actually did a good amount of damage. And Sharon can just focus on taking this guy out completely. So this is the tough thing about this one, is that we have to defend Nicholas Marquand, our 65-year-old standard of the Crucible. So that's kind of our main goal, is actually to protect him. So even though we got to dispatch these enemies, we want to get down here in time to protect Nicholas, ideally. Unfortunately, I mean, Nick, he's pretty low level. He can't really go anywhere or do much of anything. So I'm just going to keep him here, because if he tries to, you know, regroup and run out on his own, it's almost guaranteed that he's going to run into somebody and get taken down by the cadence, just because of the fact that he's alone and he's only a level 2. I mean, I'm happy he's been our standard for, I want to say 40 or 50 years at this point, but he's not the strongest, and he probably can't hold out on his own. Nice, good job, Anders. But yeah, I really like these battles as opposed to the standard ones, just because the map is so different, and we're actually like in the Crucible, and it's cool to see the architecture of one of the buildings. The first battle in Massive Chalice, that takes place in our first keep or whatever. Oh fuck, I forgot this guy was here. Well, perfect. But so it's just really cool. I feel like it shakes up the pacing. It's unexpected. It's an attack. And so even though it's arguably, you know, worse. Oh fuck. Well, now we know there's a bulwark. I just think it's so unique and original. It's kind of like in XCOM, like when your ship can be attacked by the aliens if they track it down. In XCOM 2, in the War of the Chosen expansion, that can happen. I think in the Enemy Within expansion of Enemy Unknown, that can happen too. It's just cool. I like the whole ambush idea, to where it's like, you know, we spend all this time strategizing to take out this threat, this like alien threat. But it's really cool when they get the drop on us and we don't know what they're gonna do, and they've actually attacked one of our buildings, and we have to defend it. It's also really interesting too, because like our guy in the Crucible is really weak, and that same thing happens when it's with a keep, with it's like a regency, is it's like we did not anticipate having to do this, so now it's kind of scary and shitty, because our people are not equipped. Like Nicholas is not equipped for this at all. So I'm gonna try and just free throw one. That actually worked out really well, because my next move is I'm actually gonna move Nick behind his little Regency outpost, his little throne, just so that he could hide from that bulwark, hopefully. Because if he gets hit even once, he's gone. I can definitely see a Wrinkler there too. So probably if he's able to take out this bulwark, he's gonna have to face off with a Wrinkler next. So that's another cool thing, is it's like, while our unit of our elite vanguard is like fighting off the bulk of the forces, there are a couple cadence who are slowly encroaching in on our standard as well. Usually it's, like I said, the other fights I've done have been with the Regency, and that is a little bit more manageable because there's 2 of them. But this is just Nick, a 65-year-old dude, so he doesn't really have much to work with. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm happy he took out that bulwark. Honestly, even taking out one powerful enemy like that is a feat in and of itself. So I'm going to use a flask shot. Actually, I'm not, because they're all spread out evenly. Whoop-dee-dee. We'll try and take these seeds out quickly, just move our vanguard up as fast as we can without being reckless, so that we can hopefully regroup with our standard before, you know, before he's overrun. Come on. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. Okay, I can see a wrinkler in the distance. Oof. He's on the edge. So I feel like hopefully that means that Tragan is not completely within range. We're going to use this time to bring Sidara all the way up to where the rest of our vanguard is. And there's maybe a bulwark? Yeah, there's a bulwark over there. Okay. Oh boy. Well, it's not looking good for our standard Nick over there. He is in trouble. He is in trouble. I mean, the Wrinkler is the primary threat here. He is worse. Fuck, we missed. That is bad. And that was his turn. Oh no. So it might be curtains on our standard here. I don't know how we really could have defended against that amount of a formidable force if they're closing in that quickly and we started so far. I don't know what we really could have done to make that situation better, you know. I'm gonna move Andrews up here, and you just, you know, we'll move as close as, you know, as fast as we can and get as close as we can, but I think it's, you know, nothing short of a miracle to protect Nick now. And I don't want to endanger the lives of my vanguard just to try and rush to him, even though that's kind of what you have to do. I think if we'd rushed for every turn, we might be up there by now. Oh, that was kind of a dumb move. Or at least it was only 5. But I just know that Wrinkler is up there somewhere, so I'm trying to be careful. Okay, he's all the way over there. Oh, I love you, my bud. That age gain. Wow. Oh my god, he's alive. Nicholas. Oh, Nick, no. Oh my goodness. I really don't know what we can expect to have happen here. We've got 100% shot with the free throw, so I'm going to take it. 21 damage is 21 damage. And then we've got 100% chance, but it's probably not going to kill him, which is really tough. I'm going to move him over here. And we've got 2 options. We can throw another precision flask and go here and try and go out like a king, take this Wrinkler with us. Or we could use our health potion and hope that we can, if we sustain another hit from the Wrinkler, we'll be at 75 years of age. But you know what? I think he spent his whole life waiting for this. He never really fought in battle. He's just been training others for battle. And this is kind of his last stand. He's already taken out a bulwark. Why not add a Wrinkler to the line? Fuck. Well, you got really damn close, dude. And I'm really proud of you. It might not be in the cards, but you did well. And Tragan, it's just terrible accuracy. I'll give it a shot. Wow! Way to go, Tragan. That was awesome. And it was his free throw, so we can actually move forward if we want him to. I'm just gonna have Anders rush forward. You know, I might as well move Tragan up. Just to here though, so that the bulwark can't see him. I mean, I think it's basically, it's pretty impossible at this point, I would say, for us to be able to save Nicholas. He's done an amazing job. I think it did hinge a little bit on him taking out that Wrinkler, and even then, it's a long shot with the bulwark and that cradle so close. But we'll try and get our vanguard up there, so that if by some crazy reason he's able to just luck out. Hope that Wrinkler isn't able to run all the way over to Charlotte. A little worried about that now that I didn't realize that the Wrinkler is that close. Oh, fudge. I love you, bud. Oh my God! Nicholas! You were a beast. Oh, ouch.
Get through this.
That hurt. He really was the MVP there. He withstood another blow from the Wrinkler. Took the 5 years, was still ready to go. And the Bulwark just got the best of him. Well, shit. I feel like we're definitely going to make it out of here okay. And I think that we should just finish up this battle real quick because Nicholas deserves that. So let's just fucking do it for Nicholas. Take out that Bulwark with Sharon. Nice.
My advice is paying off.
Your advice?
We'll see if Anders can't get in range for this Wrinkler here. He can. Good, good, good. And then Charlotte's in a decent spot. Sadara actually can't get to it, so I'm going to move Tragan up first. He's got a 52 with that, 57 with the flask. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. I did not realize that there were two. Oh, this is not good. Okay, Sadara's gonna try and knock this Wrinkler back to stun him, because there's no way we're killing him. Oh, thank God. Okay, now we have to take out this other one, and since Sadara's already right there, I don't trust Tragan with that flask. He did 2. Now we could do a knockback here. It's 76, so it's not guaranteed. And at that point, we might as well go for the whole thing, because she can do a minimum of 23. Just don't have it be a glancing blow, and don't miss. Fuck yeah. I'm really hoping that Nicholas is the only guy we're gonna lose today. Nice. Okay, I guess there was a cradle over there, and the cradle used their super strong attack to just blow up a rock. Dumb. Because we haven't really seen them use that, and it's been crazy to me, because it's like that attack is devastating. It can do a shit ton of damage. But they haven't been using it on us. We've been getting lucky. But I guess those rocks, those egg rocks, not quite the same. I'm gonna just get Anders as close as I can since he's drunk. Awesome, this should be enough. We'll just have Sadara end it there, just to make sure. And then Tragan, I'm gonna see if he can't throw that flask. 57's not bad, fingers crossed. Nice, that Bulwark is just down to 2. That's pretty good. And I know the Wrinkler is over here. It's probably stupid to move Charlotte. Yeah, it was definitely dumb to move her. I'm going to move her back. Hopefully the Wrinkler's not within range. That cradle's back there, though. I just knew that Wrinkler only had 1 health. Nice. Okay. So we're going to get Sharon up here. Have her just try and take out this seed. Awesome. Then I'm going to bring Anders up. And have Anders honestly just take out this Wrinkler. Awesome. Oof. And now Nicholas has been avenged. At least a little bit. The bulwark is the main culprit here, and hopefully this last flask will just seal the deal. Hell yeah. And that's awesome because a Marquand avenged a Marquand, which is poetic for sure. So I'm gonna bring Tragan up here, and he got a nickname too, Death Knell, which is cool. I don't know what Knell means, but it sounds cool when it's next to death. Really should have healed him. I didn't realize he was at 13 health. That's terrible. And then I'm gonna have Charlotte run up here, and actually, yeah, I'm gonna have Charlotte charge. Hopefully you can't stun that cradle. Hell yeah. Alright, and then we're just gonna pretty much just try and surround this guy. Nice. At this point, I'm probably not gonna try and heal him just because I'm gonna just try and take him down. Wonderful. And then if we can just get Sidara in for the kill here. That'll spawn up those seeds. And then maybe we can get one or two of them out depending on how in range they are. Not enough. Not enough. Oh, actually. Hell yeah. I don't think Sharon's gonna be close enough. No, definitely not. But, you know, worth a shot. We'll just bring her up a little bit. Yeah, that knockback armor is so great. Okay, I'm gonna have Sidara just come and take this guy out. Level up too. Wonderful. And then I think this seed is our last enemy of the level. If that's the case, I'm gonna have Charlotte just seal it in. It's probably her last battle for real this time, so. Oh, fuck. There's another enemy? Shit. Well, I guess in that case, we'll have Tragan heal. And I'll bring Anders over here. Maybe he can get a view of if there is another enemy somewhere. We'll bring Sharon up with the rest of the Vanguard. Kind of have Anders as our guinea pig. Okay, it's a fucking cradle. Well, you know what? We've avenged Nicholas by killing the Wrinkler, Bulwark, and Crater that took him out. I think that we're going to call it here just because we're running pretty long and I want to get a glass of water. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.